Okay, everybody, you can't say I don't give you a chance. You can't say that I don't listen to you guys. You cannot say that I ignore the comments. All right. We just did Greta Van Fleet. Apparently, they're some of their debut stuff. And I said they're so much like Led Zeppelin, it's good and it's bad. It's good because it turns on young people to the musical stylings of Led Zeppelin, which may get them to connect with Led Zeppelin as a band, which, you know, the new generation doesn't know. So maybe it's a good thing. But then a lot of people are like, dude, I totally get what you're saying. They suck because they're so much like Led Zeppelin. But at the same time, the people that love Greta Van Fleet are blasting the people that don't like in the comments. I'm not even doing it. They're attacking each other. So I said, okay, fine. If Greta Van Fleet is not a copy of Led Zeppelin, even though we know that the original stuff, the first stuff they came out with, was so much like Led Zeppelin, you couldn't get away from it. You couldn't really get away from it. But then they were like, hey, listen, the new album, totally not Zeppelin. Really dynamic. They're you can see they're getting away from that feel. They're coming into their own. And I'm like, ooh, I like that idea. So, what better way to discover where Greta Van Fleet is now than the fact that just 4 days ago they were on Jimmy Kimmel Live, which means they played live, they played their new stuff, and it was just 4 days ago. So technically, this is where Greta Van Fleet is now. So let's find out. Half of the people that have commented say, I was completely wrong. Half of the people said I was completely right. And right now in the comments, they're fighting each other. Guys, hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, genders of all rainbow colors, wrap your arms together, hold hands, hug. It's going to be okay. It's okay. If Greta Van Fleet was a Led Zeppelin inspired band when they started their career, fine. Let's test it. Let's see where they are now. Fair enough? Come along with me. We'll do it together. Take my hand. It'll be okay. I promise. If a demon comes out of the depths and attacks us, just hide behind the beard. I'll protect you. I can't even protect myself from Violet Orlando. She cut my head off yesterday and I'm still recovering. Okay, so here we go. Like and subscribe to this video. Check out the link in the description. If the video does not get blocked because it is Jimmy Kimmel Live, I'll put it on the channel. But it's probably going to be blocked. It may be 48 hours. And if not, hey, we all win. But it's a roll of the dice when it comes to when it's on TV like this. Check us out on oldschoolnerd.com. Check out our social media posts there. We've got everything there. It's got the Patreon for those who want to help support the channel. We do appreciate every single one of you. And we support all those who are just here, just hanging out with us. You're all family when you're here. Okay. We've talked about Greta Van Fleet, how far they go back into the 60s with their style. Now let's talk about them just 4 days ago. Jimmy Kimmel Live, the new album. The song is called Heat Above. Let's check them out.
This is their new album, The Battle at Garden's Gate. It comes.
Jimmy Kimmel is a big douchebag, but it's funny. And he knows he's a douchebag. That's my favorite part. He made his entire career on being a douchebag. He's the king of the douchebags. He's better than I am. So.
Comes out Friday with the song Heat Above, Greta Van Fleet.
Okay. Does it have some reminiscences of the 60s, 70s, 80s? Does it have little pops of Zeppelin influence? Does it have little pops of so many of the great rock bands of the 70s that had that organ in them that you just loved? Yes. Is this unique? Hell yeah. This is complete. Nowadays, to do this style of music now is something we all need. And I agree with it. I have not heard 30 seconds of this new song, and I'm totally sold on it. I would pay money right now to see this played live. Luckily for me, they're on Jimmy Kimmel, and they're playing it live right now, and I don't have to pay a freaking dime. However, when I went to see this video, this picture of the lead singer of Greta Van Fleet was showing on the thumbnail. And when I saw it, I thought exactly what you thought. You know what you thought, right? Hey, dude, Philip Lynott from Thin Lizzy called. He wants his look back. Just whenever you get a second. Now, his vocal styling is completely different than Philip Lynott. Philip Lynott was the smoothest, coolest Irish-born soul singer in rock, okay? He had that classic laid-back voice, you know? He was like a lounge singer with a bass guitar just grooving, but he was in rock, okay? Look up Philip Lynott, Thin Lizzy, one of the best voices of all time. He is literally one of my favorite vocalists of my childhood. I mean, his vocal styling is so smooth. You gotta love it. And we lost him way early. He died very young. He goes into my mind, he reminds me of Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, those people that literally were just breaking into the greatness of what they could be, and we lost them. He's one of those lost legends. But the look, come on, really? But vocal styling, nothing like it. I'm digging it. I had to do it. Come on. When you saw it, you were like, really? We've created our own music, obviously. Totally cool. I need you to stop stealing looks, though. Come on. Literally, I first saw this. If you turn now, okay, we've gone completely opposite of our last video. Our last video with Greta Van Fleet, if you turned off the video, okay, and someone was just listening to it, they'd be like, wow, a lost track from Led Zeppelin. Now, if we turned off the volume, no music, and just saw the video, you'd be like, whoa, Philip Lynott's son looks awesome. I'm sorry. I can't help it, okay? I love classic music so much that when I see bands like this do these callbacks, with all respect, I don't think he's stealing anything. I just think it's a cool look. It's classic, but it's so much like Philip Lynott, you gotta throw it back. It's cool. I dig it. It's like bands where the lead guitarist kind of grows a goatee and he kind of makes it all like really long and stuff. And everyone's like, look, he's got a Dimebag Darrell. It's not being ugly. It's like, props, man. It's a good thing. Let's continue. Okay, no more jokes. I couldn't help myself. But come on. Really? Really? Come on. Nice. Okay. It's artistic expression, okay? They are true artists, but I got to tell you, the outfits are killing me. This lounge singer jacket is just killing me. Also, I do want to say this. The drummer, okay? You can kind of sort of see it in the back here. The Ted Nugent cat scratch fever top knot with the long, I mean, dude, that is so badass. That's okay. If you're someone like me who took a break from modern music and went back to the 70s and 80s and watched old films and old concerts and really got into the music that my dad and my uncles and cousins were really into when I was just a little kid. And you see these artists and it's stylization, okay? Come on, if you've ever seen Cat Scratch Fever or you've seen some old classic Ted Nugent, he pulled his hair back and he put that little top knot in there because he was just, it was awesome. This whole throwback to the 70s, the velour jumpsuits, the jackets, the color of the stage lighting, it's such a throwback, but in the best way. I mean, look, you want to know how, I mean, they've got the organ amplifier here, a classic spinning vibraphone, okay? Look, check this out, the classic Marshall stack. You know, there are so many things the band is doing on purpose as shout outs to their musical heritage, because this style of music is the stuff that was occurring when I was a toddler, and I'm an old dude now. Here's the best part. Young people are digging this sound, and so am I. Everything that we said in the previous video about Greta Van Fleet is 100% true. It really does sound like Zeppelin, down to the enunciation of his notes, on purpose. It's obvious, but this is very unique. Are there amazing fluttering organs in a classic style? Yes. Is it very 70s and late 60s rock? Yes. Is the sound of the guitar very classic rock sounding? Yes. Is the arrangement that classic feel? Yes. Is the performance of the lead singer, his enunciation, the way he's poising his phrases, the way his pronunciation and inflections of his voice, very classic rock? Yes. But is this uniquely Greta Van Fleet? Yeah. And it's damn good. Really like it. Do I like their stuff where it's too much like somebody else? Yeah, because I'm a big fan of those original artists. But I love Violet Orlandi. I love Leo Maracchioli. I love bands that do covers of other bands and they add their own, but yet still respect the original artist. You guys have seen all of my Leo covers, right? And one of the things I love about Leo is that, yes, he is paying homage to the artists that he's covering, but he does that his own. Greta Van Fleet is not doing a cover of anyone right here. This is obviously their own stuff, and it's their own style. Is it a throwback to the classic rock days? Yes. Is it an awesome thing or a bad thing? It's an amazingly awesome thing. Why? Because music like this will make your grandmother and your grandfather tap their foot and groove with you. What other music can you play that'll make your mom, your dad, and your grandparents just groove out with you and talk about their music and connect with you like this? And it's brand new stuff. I'm in. Right there. I'll even do 2. It's really great. He's got a damn good voice too. Yeah, the medallion that the bassist organ player is wearing does bother me a little bit because it's really cheesy, but it's the style that he's going for, which I totally dig. For those who are wondering, old school nerd, why can't you just shut the hell up and let the song play? It's because it's Jimmy Kimmel Live. If I don't stop it every few minutes, it's going to block it, and you're never going to see this reaction. And I want everyone to see this reaction because it's important for me to everyone to understand of, as much as I was uncomfortable with how much like Led Zeppelin Greta Van Fleet was in the first song, this uniqueness, but while still paying amazing homage to the musical styles of musical stylings long before these guys were born. It's freaking awesome, man. That's smooth. Holy shit, that's smooth. Sparklers, that's awesome. You saw the look in his face? Look at the look in his face. Watch, look. He's looking like, I just realized I'm wearing a lot of polyester and I hope I don't catch on fire. That's that look, by the way. Damn, he's good. Wow. Wow. That fade out is so damn good. All right. Okay. Look. I just want to share two more things before the end of this video because I don't want it to be too long. Okay. Number one, I wasn't wrong about how I felt about the first Greta Van Fleet one. I was 100% right about my feelings. But I'm also 100% right about this when I say, I love this. This is going to be on my playlist. This is going to be on the road trip playlist. You want to listen to this song while you're just cruising down the highway, going to go hang out with the kids, hang out with the family. This is the kind of song I play for my mom, and she'd be rocking to it. This song right here, I could tell you right now, I could take this song and take it to Meemaw. And Meemaw will be dancing in her shop, in her antique shop right now. So, the other thing I wanted to mention was unintentionally, because I made the joke, and it was not ugly. It was a loving joke about, you know, Philip Lynnott's styling and how the lead singer of Greta Van Fleet looks so much like him in this iteration. I really hope that Greta Van Fleet continues this journey and that nothing bad happens and that they can continue. Because seeing this right here, I didn't cry. But the tragedy of Philip Lynott is something you guys should really look into. Google it, check it out, because it's a story where he was so close to being worldwide, amazingly famous. He's famous, don't get me wrong. The Boys Are Back in Town, all these different ballads that Thin Lizzy did at the beginning of their career, that when you hear his voice is iconic. He has a voice that when you hear it, you're like, oh, that's Thin Lizzy. But we lost him so soon that when I see Greta Van Fleet, the lead singer, just dancing around, I'm just thinking, man, if only Philip had lived longer, would it have been him on all the late night shows in America? just doing what he did with his sultry mid-range voice. Makes you think. It makes you appreciate what you got. And so to all of you who wanted me to check out Greta Van Fleet, knowing that I was going to do what I did because I love classic music so much, and then giving me the chance to find their new stuff that's just out now. It's going on the playlist. And this is one of the best songs I've heard in a while. Because this is, remember, I left metal music for 20 years and fell in love with classic rock. And to hear this original song with an original sound that still kind of gives hints to the music that I love. I made a comment before that the Listen to Your Heart cover that Leo and Violet Orlandi did brought me back to being 13 again. This song brought me back to being 5. And riding around in my dad's car, listening to just all these artists. And not gonna cry, but it's an emotional connection. My name is Old School Nerd, and I am old. But you're never too old to find something new that reminds you how great music was back in the day and how great it is now, because the influences of the old are being echoed in the new. Greta Van Fleet is legit. I'll admit it, 100%. And if you don't think so, can't help you. Damn it, I tried, but if you didn't like that, I can't help you.